Hello, I'm here today with a book called Step by Step Sight Reading Book for Guitarists. I have authored this book for guitarists who have never ever in their lives done any kind of sight reading. And when I say sight reading, I mean to say staff notation. I'm not talking about tabs. Today's goal is to get an overview of how the book is structured and how it can benefit those guitarists who are learning or teaching how to sight read. When you have this book in your hand, don't treat it like a novel. Go through it page by page, topic by topic. This book is divided into 5 parts. In the first part, we get introduced to the fundamental components of sight reading. It starts by talking about the staff, or the staff as it is called in the US. So all throughout the book, we will refer to US and UK terminologies. Next, it talks about the clef, its meaning, and its importance when placed on the staff. Specifically, the kind of clef that we as guitarists would be using, the one with the 8 at the bottom. The next section tells you the note names for the lines and the spaces. It encourages you to start memorizing or to start getting familiar with the note names corresponding to the lines and spaces. It gently introduces you to relate some of these notes with their position on the guitar. And then there is a self-assessment exercise to let you test your knowledge of what the note names on the staff are. Next, you will see the note symbols. You will get to know what their US and UK names are, what their note values are, how long they are played, and how they are related to each other. This is followed by note recognition exercises. These exercises do not require you to worry about tempo or duration of the note. The only goal in these exercises is that you are able to read a note on the staff and play it on the guitar. These 5 exercises tell you the string numbers and the fret numbers on the guitar which correspond to the notes in the exercises. These exercises have been written in a systematic manner to help you use your knowledge from one exercise and take it to another exercise. This is followed by another self-assessment exercise. Similar to the notes, we also learn about the rest symbols. We will learn their US and UK names and will learn about their duration. Next, we will see bar lines. This section will show us how the bars are numbered and will also talk about 2 types of bar lines. This is followed by a section on time signature. This tells you how to read and interpret the time signature. It starts by talking about the 4x4 time signature, but also goes on to talk about 2x4 and common time signatures. And it tells you how the time signature is related to bars or measures on the staff. This section then combines the knowledge that you have gained about the note names, the note values, and time signature. Using all of them, it tells you how to count the beats in a bar. Then we will learn how tempo is marked in a piece, and we will also learn some of the terms used for tempo markings. This helps us in determining the speed at which the piece of music is played. Next up is the section on dynamics. In this section, we will learn symbols and the terms used for letting the guitarist know whether to play a note or a set of notes loudly or softly. We will learn about P, MF, and F in this section. The next section explains key signature without going into the details of how it relates to a scale, but keeping the discussion pointed towards sight reading only. And another self-assessment exercise designed for you to assess your progress. Now we are ready to read and play some music. This page not only has instructions on how to make the best use of these exercises, but also has tips on how to approach a sight reading exam. Do follow the instructions and practice these 48 exercises designed for beginners. And as is the case while learning how to play, it will be helpful to initially count and read slowly. Focus on accuracy of notes and tempo. You can attempt to read faster as you progress. Okay then, let's move to part 2. In this part, we raise the level just a little bit, however, still staying fairly close to the beginner level. When I say beginner level, I mean this book stays around the initial level to the grade 1 or grade 2 levels for those who are taking grade exams, maybe of Trinity College or ABRSM or Rock School or Trinity's Rock and Pop, or simply learning to sight read. We start the part 2 by talking about a new note value and a new rest value. We learn their US and UK names, their values, and how they are related to the other note values that we have learnt so far. This section teaches us how to count the beats in a bar using the new note value that we have learnt. The next section explains the 3/4 time signature and also introduces us to a new note value and its symbol. This is followed by the section explaining the meaning of MP and FF dynamics and also how to play them. The next section talks about staccato, a form of articulation, and how to depict and play it. Then we learn what accidentals are. We learn about their scope and how they should be treated and played while sight reading. And again, there are more exercises. In fact, 62 more exercises for you to practice sight reading. So by now, you would have completed 120 exercises for sight reading and another 5 for note recognition. So that's 125 exercises so far, not including the self-assessments. In part 3 of the book, we have some bonus lessons, which again raise the bar just a little bit. In this first section of part 3, we learn about the repeat sign. We see examples of different scenarios of the repeat sign and learn to play them. In the next section, we learn about the double bar line, specifically when it comes somewhere in the middle of the piece. Next, we get to know fermata, what it means, how it affects the note value, and how to play it. In part 4 of the book, we get bonus exercises, one around fermata and repeats, one around broken pattern traps, and another one that brings everything learnt in this book together. These 3 topics give us another set of 25 exercises. So by now, you would have completed 150 exercises. This section is for some relaxation and cryptic fun for guitarists or musicians who can read music. If you can read this message, you have progressed well. You can order this book from the URLs shown on the screen. I have them in the description of the video on YouTube as well. Or you can pause the video and scan the QR code and go directly to the website to order the book. You can also search for this book in the Amazon websites of your respective countries other than the ones that I have shown on the video. You can also get this book from Musee Musical, which is also the Trinity College Examination Center in Hyderabad, India. If you are in Mumbai, please contact guitar faculty at the True School of Music for copies of this book. For bulk orders, please send me an email at the address shown on the screen. I will connect you to the publishers and they will share the details of the offer for the quantity required to be ordered and the corresponding discount. Let me take this opportunity to thank Julius Packiam for having written the foreword for my book. Julius Packiam is an award-winning, renowned music composer. Julius has given background music to many super-hit Bollywood movies like Tiger Zinda Hai, Ek Tha Tiger, Bajrangi Bhaijaan, Dhoom 3, Sultan, Mardani, and also now Bharat. I have written this book based on my experience of having taught students how to sight read. I have been helping students prepare for the Trinity College of London's Plectrum Guitar exam. I understand the challenges faced by the students while learning how to sight read, and I have used that experience to accordingly structure this book so that it will benefit the learning curve of the students and the learners. I have used a systematic, step-by-step, easy-to-understand approach for the benefit of those wanting to learn how to sight read, backed by self-assessments and about 150 sight reading exercises. The book has been written for guitarists who play with pick or plectrum. It is beneficial for self-learners and also for students who are learning from a teacher. It is useful for guitar teachers or instructors. They can use this for creating a structured training program for sight reading. It will benefit the music schools as well as the guitar teachers who teach in these music schools. It is also useful for other public schools or private schools for their guitar teachers and their guitar students. Alright, then I will sign off here, wishing that you become successful in your endeavor to learn sight reading and hoping that you do order this book at the earliest. Cheers. Bye-bye.